Should you buy property investments in the future? You may be told no by your friends. You may be told no by all of your peers, your family members. You may be told no by many, many other people. But there's something still inside of you that wants to know, is it worth you buying property? Well, that's something that we discuss with a property expert panel in this video. Go check it out. Okay, so let me just set that out now. If a crab is trying to, so you've got a bunch of crabs in a bucket, one tries to escape, what happens to the other crabs?
I know this one, I think. They all fight and they pull him back and no one gets out.
That is correct. And why am I asking that question? Well, it will all come clear in a second, because Carrie's asked a question. My friends tell me it's really risky being a landlord, and I'm taking houses away from first-time home buyers. How dare she? Who needs them? What do the panel think? And that is why I asked that question. Carrie, get new friends. And that's your first start being successful. So what do you think, Bronwyn? Because being was surrounded by people, would you not agree? I think Jim Rohn has talked about this, and various other people have talked about this. Surround yourself by good, successful people. Love your family, but that's it. And then surround yourself with successful people if you want to be successful. Would you not agree?
Yes, absolutely, I would. I think the key to this is listening to other people who aren't necessarily investors, reading newspapers and social media about us terrible landlords and how we're completely ruining the whole environment, which is clearly not the case. So I always go back to first principles of economics here, and you look at how our population has grown massively, and it's continuing to rise. This is in the UK here. And then are we building enough houses for that rise in population? No, we're not. And the government had some targets 10 years ago, and I don't think they've ever met a target each year for the number of new properties to build. That's why you'll see, there'll be some targets. Each council's got targets for how many properties that need to be built. So the economics is that people, can't afford to buy, but also young people coming out of university, maybe getting their first job, they're quite happy to share a property and they're quite happy to rent. They want the flexibility of rental. So there's huge demand for rental for lots of reasons. And if we're good landlords providing good quality accommodation, and we look after and maintain our properties because we have Ross on our doorstep, then, we are supplying a massive need that councils cannot hope to fulfill. I know that because I do that with councils as well on a short-term basis. So landlords are fantastic. They're keeping this whole the UK working well, in my opinion. Other opinions?
I wanted to bring Teresa, so I'm glad that she's put her hands up, because are we all terrible landlords? And does the population in the UK actually need us landlords?
Well, we're definitely not terrible landlords. Research that's been conducted going out to thousands of tenants, asking them about their rental accommodation. Are they happy? The majority of tenants are happy with the accommodation their landlords, because the majority of landlords just, do want to provide a good property and a good service. But of course, the sensational media want to cast a stone on landlords and make us look evil and money grabbers, which isn't the case. And I just wanted to add as well that, we can't assume that everybody wants to buy a property. There's so many people out there who really don't want that responsibility, because buying a property means you have to, look after the maintenance of it. And, it's not a case of you just buy a property and that's that. Whereas if you have a rental and you've got a good landlord, then all the maintenance, the fabric of the building, is taken care of.
It's interesting insights. Simon, you've got some insights, no doubt.
I'm going to double back to the BRRR again. sophisticated investors as we are, and those investors who've gone out and got some education, are actually looking to add value to the property. So effectively what they're doing is taking stock that's tired, that shouldn't be rented out if it was to be put on the rental market, and bringing it up to a really good standard and providing, tenants with a great place to live. And doing it under the banner of the NRLA, so that they are good landlords looking after their tenant. How can that be a bad thing? However, there are a lot, well, not a lot, there are some bad landlords out there, and potentially maybe that's who they're referring to, i.e. don't become a bad landlord because they're just grabbing the properties to make money. Well, yeah, kind of, but we're looking to provide decent quality property that's been looked after and renovated, etc.
Teresa, do you have a crabs at all? I know I talk about friends, of course.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you ask me if I had crabs?
That's friends. Yeah, do you have your friends of crabs that pull you down?
Oh God, yes. There's all.
What do you do about them, though, Teresa?
Well, basically, I take your advice. I go to the people who don't think I'm crazy. So this happens all the time, where people say to me, "Oh, why do you always pick the difficult route? And why can't you just do what everybody else is doing?" And it's like, well, because I see opportunities and I see other ways of doing things. Just because somebody doesn't agree with your point of view doesn't mean it's not correct. And as I said, find people who want to listen to me. This is why I'm on this panel.
Brilliant. There you go, guys. So if you've got crabs in your life, get rid of them as quick as you can. And obviously, what's that? Is that your book there, Bronwyn?
That's my book. Oh, yeah. So what I say to people as well, if they've been learning with me and they've got my copy of my book, Building Your Dream Life, is I say lend it to a friend, lend it to them. If they just think, oh, this doesn't work, go read and see the case studies of how we do what we do, because that knowledge is what a lot of people lack when they make these sorts of comments. So just read a book, have a chat with me, go along to a PIN meeting, a Property Investor Network meeting. You'll meet lots of positive people who are making this work, who are also learning. It's a great place to feel really inspired and motivated.
Hopefully that video was useful for you, but please do not stop there. There are plenty of videos that I know that will help you build your wealth whilst reducing your tax liability. And in this video, well, this is the one I think you should be watching right now.